This video is going to be about solar panels. You know, everybody thinks it's great because you're going to get free power. But upfront cost of solar panels, you know, it's going to be like $500 to $600 for free power. And $500 or $600 to buy an awful lot of propane or gasoline for a generator. So is it worth it? I think so, yes, because especially if you're boondocking where you might not get access to gasoline or propane. But the sun's out. Now, a couple things to know about solar. I've had solar in this rig for about 1.5 years. I bought a solar panel. I didn't stick it on the rig, but I pull it out and, you know, put it by the side and all of that. But that solar panel, it's a 400 watt Renogy solar panel, and it weighs probably about 40 pounds. Now, as I get older, that 40 pounds is starting to feel kind of heavy. And when it's not out, where do I put it inside my RV? I mean, space is a premium in here, and a solar panel takes up a lot of space. Excuse me. I think I'm starting to get that desert cough thing from all the wind and all of that out here. But go back to solar. Right now, as of February 15th, man, there are all kinds of deals out there on solar. And there are all kinds of new technologies out there with solar. So I want to clue you in on a couple of them. There's a company called Renogy, R-E-N-O-G-Y, who have come out with a new thing called Shadow Flux. And Shadow Flux is something I didn't even know existed, because what typical solar panels, like the ones I've got, if any of the panels get behind a shadow, like a tree limb or power line or whatever, it reduces the output of the solar panels by a lot. If you go to the Renogy site, their Shadow Flux ones claim that they, in a shadow, will produce 85% more power than a regular one. So take a look at something called Shadow Flux, because if you're ever parking and you want to get solar, but you also want to kind of keep your rig cool by having it under a tree, well, this makes a big difference. Couple other things I want to think about, or I want you to know, is, you know, a lot of people put solar panels on the roof of their vehicle, and in North America you want to have at least a 30 to 45% angle on those, because the sun, unless you're close to Mexico or the equator, is never going to go directly overhead. It's going to be at an angle. So that's something to think about. The other thing that Renogy came out with is that if I were to do it today, I probably would go this way, is they've got a thing called a solar blanket. And here it is, it's for sale at Amazon. And what it is you can take it out and just stick it on the side of your rig or just on the ground, or, you know, use it as almost like a shade for your windshield or something like that. And it works, number one, to keep your rig cool, and number two, to generate energy. And I don't have one, so I can't tell you how well it works, but it looks really good. And for a 400 watt solar blanket, it looks like it folds up into a little backpack thing, first of all, and it says it's about 15 pounds. If I were to go again and get something new, I think I'd go with the solar blanket, because it just packs up into a little tiny backpack thing, and 15 pounds versus almost 40. That's a lot of difference. So there's a lot of bargains out there. Solar, would I go for it? I did go for it. I enjoy what I have, but probably in another year or two, I'll be so old that I won't want to haul that 40 pounder in and out of my rig, and I'll probably go with one of these lightweight ones. So this is just my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your comments. in the, or hear them. I'd love to see your comments in below to see what you think of solar. And the deals are out there, so it's, would I go for solar if I had to do it just today? Yes, I sure would, because, man, if you're boondocking, you may not have access to gas, you may not have access to propane, but hopefully you'll have access to the sun. So there's my 2 cents. Comment below what you think, and once again, thanks for watching.